Good afternoon, traders. It's Simon here with the weekly review. Now, last week we did say the dollar would collapse down quite heavily, quite fast. We expected it to move down, and there's your bearish engulfing candle on the DXY, and the same is said to be on the FXCM dollar index. So we was correct the whole entire week there. So let's see on the daily chart what's really happened. We was saying this upcycling trend line was actually saying I was concerned about trading through. I was also concerned about trading for the daily 50 EMA on both the DXY and the dollar index. Now this is the box on the DXY. Again, I was worried about trading through, but we've broken down quite significantly. Double top pattern breakdown. Now, the reason why I'm highlighting this so much is because this is bearish. This is bearish. End of. Okay. There's some people saying buy dollar CAD because it's the greatest in the world. I'm going to debunk that whole completely later on, I am. And at the same time, we're going to show you why and what to look for. If you remember last week or the week before, I said don't bother, it's messy, dollar CAD is a load of rubbish. But now I like dollar CAD and I'll show you why. So Aussie dollar to start with, we predicted a move up to 0.7, daily 50 EMA, and that's our target. If you notice that it moved up, then chopped around for 4 days afterwards, which shows you the Aussie got slightly weaker. It did throughout the week this week, but the dollar was so weak that the Aussie still moved up. So we banked there nicely. So would we sell here? Probably not. No. The reason why I know the daily chart is bearish as such, lower lows and lower highs all the way through. Totally appreciate that. At the same time, this isn't bullish. The reason why I took a trade up to this point here was because it was just a smaller short-term trade, not a long-term trade. When we come to the weekly chart, we haven't got nothing significant to say this is bullish here whatsoever. And that is my concern. You can't really draw a trend line. That's just a rubbish trend line. So you have to respect the fact that we just moved up and that's it. So for me, for the moment, Aussie dollar is nothing. Now, for me to turn bullish on this, you need a few things. Either we move up here and then we come down, something like that, and up and down to test this 0.7 on the other side. So resistance becomes support. That's nice. Or we move down first of all here. And then we get another trade around this area, like we got here. If we get that, double bottom pattern, and that does help me confirm the bullish Aussie and the bearish dollar for the foreseeable 3 to 6 months. So let's now look at euro dollar. And euro dollar, we didn't want to trade for the 1.2 level. We didn't want to trade through this 1.19, 1.12 area just because downward sloping trend line. Notice how this has moved up nicely, strongly, and broken to the upside. I know people are telling me double top pattern here, that's short, but no one's not looking at the bigger picture. Let's go back again. Weekly chart, a bullish wedge has formed. Lots of deceleration, reversal candles, boom, straight out. This upward sloping trend line, by the way, guys, is so long, so long. I want to show you this, guys. Look, that is from 1985, and this week we have broken back into this upward sloping trend line with a bullish engulfing candle. Please understand that's quite strong. Okay, that is a very strong signal to say that the euro is now starting to power up or the dollar's got weaker. Now, if we move back down to test the daily 50 EMA and this downward sloping trend that's lasted since the whole entire year pretty much, that is double bottom pattern, higher high, pull back, higher low. That's a trend change. That means we will be heading back up towards this area here like that, at least up there. That would be my trade I'm looking for, and it'd be something like this. I'm just putting a random stopping from what we don't know what it's going to be like, but that would be my style of trading, 6.5 to 1 there, for example. So that's what I'm looking for. I wouldn't trade the short trade right now unless something seriously happens nicely, but I don't think it will because it's a bit of a mess here. So I want the pullback down to value here, this area here. That's what I'm waiting for. Might be this week, might be next week. Pound dollar. Now, I know I said last week I didn't like this trade so much. In the end, I did take the trade purely because it started moving up very nicely. Let's have a look at the lower time frames. This is what we said, the wedge, where we said it comes back down, it'd be nice. Bit of a break and retest of this downward sloping trend line. I got in here, I have, and now I'm waiting for it to head back up. So that's what it's doing now. This shows you the two-touch trend line was perfect, and also notice as well, we said about volume at the bottom here, guys. Let's just go for this again. The highest volume candle of the day was this one. Highest volume candle of the day was this one. The third highest was that one, but the big important one there. This area here, the rejection was the highest volume again. This one here, the second highest of the day. Break and retest on the lower time frame, the 1 hour chart, produced the second highest volume again of the day here. So that proves to you that this trend line was accurate, the pattern's accurate, and we'll be heading back up now. So I held my position through NFP. This is my account, by the way, here at the moment. So you can see I've banked, let's just make that a little bit smaller for you guys so you can see it. I've banked $1,800 this week. I did take my dollar Swiss off, I told you. I've cut this in half, the US 30 go into that. There's my Aussie dollar trade, I did say I'd taken. And then my euro dollar did reach 1.12. Obviously, I lost pound CAD. This is an order that never got triggered, and that's a trade I never spoke about. Just to show you here, I am in pound dollar as well at the moment, and I got in at 1.2633. Just so you know, I don't lie to you guys. It's easy that way, just so you can see we're not lying here, okay? We're not BSing everyone. Okay, so pound dollar, what we're expecting. Let's just look at the weekly chart again. There is the double bottom pattern there, which is very nice to see. RSI is at 0, bullish MACD divergence. I like this. We're going long, simple as that. We're going long halfway up, because I do believe the pound is still bearish, but just not as, it's just going to pull back for the moment. I suppose ideally you could say the maximum would be 1.3 you get out of, but I don't really want to trade for the daily 50 MA as much, and the 1.28 level is in the way. The only way I'd trade through this 1.28 level would be if I cut my position a little bit in half. So I take profit, half the profit here, and then let the other half run, but it's not really my style as such too many times. I'd have to see what happens, so I'll just put my target there and get out. It's a good trade for me, so I don't mind too much. Kiwi dollar, that's almost reached its limits. This is the order from last week, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. People are going to say to me, why did I not shut the position down here on the daily 50 EMA? I'll explain to you why. On those reversal candles there and deceleration, whatnot, when we come down to the lower time frame, there was no actual lower low here. So it's popped up, come down, popped up, come down again, then had a bullish engulfing counter to the upside. So if I just draw something, I could draw a triangle here pretty much on the 1 hour chart, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's draw it on the 4 hour chart and link it in. Like that. And just right click, sync to chart, there you go, that's the candle, that's the triangle there. And if you notice how the 1 hour 50 MA has supported the price through, it never made a lower low here. That's why I I never was in this trade, but if I was, I wouldn't close it down. And obviously when we broke up to the upside quite nicely. Now I'm going to show you something as well on the euro. So before the NFP, people saw this double top pattern forming, saying sell, sell, sell. I'm like, no, there's a higher low here. You've not changed trends, okay? And then they got wiped out on NFP, and then they come out crying, going, oh, it's so bad, they're all bad, they're all witches. Yeah, that's the reason why you sold into an uptrend. I mean, an unconfirmed bearish trend anyway, which you thought was bearish, because you're only looking at the small picture. So yeah, so that's that there. Let's go back now to normality. I'm going to go on dollar CAD. Because dollar CAD, this is a key thing. If you remember rightly, I said to you a few weeks ago, this is not a buy. It's a crappy. I don't want to trade into the upper sloping trend line or the key levels or day 50 MA. I don't want to trade to the upside either, because it's just crap. It is the worst trade you could find. So let's go through now. Now people are saying to me we should buy at this level here because it's not been here for so long. 1.33 is the king of the kings, you know. Look, it's broken out of the box. It's broken the key level, it's broke the daily 50 MA. This upward sloping trend line looks like it's in the middle of nowhere. Now, it's drawn that way for a very simple reason. It is drawn because it's on the weekly chart. And this weekly chart is like this. And this is the first time, now, it's broken down this upward sloping trend line since the whole entire year. Okay? This is bearish. You don't buy into candles like this unless of course you have some mystical Back to the Future style time machine and you can know what's going to happen next, which I doubt half you have. So when people say buy here now, because of, say, the daily 50 MA, you're neglecting several things here. And let's go through them. There's a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher. Oh no, it's a lower high. The start of the trend change. The fact we've broken down this upward sloping trend line with a bearish engulfing candle is key. It's significant. Please, please, please don't just start buying into this stuff because you think you know what's going to happen next. You've broken one of the biggest trend lines in this market for the whole entire year. You've had a change of trend. You have. Now let's look here. You've broken these lows here, which means this is a lower low on the daily chart, and the lower high has been confirmed on the weekly chart already. This is a sell now. Doesn't mean you sell right now. You wait for a small pullback. To be quite honest, let me tell you what I'd like to see. Price to come down a little bit more, and then price would then come back up to test this area here. Around this area here will be where the daily 50 EMA is. If we get a trade in this area here, you could target extremely long-term predictions here. But I know half you won't listen to me, so I'll just take your money. I don't mind. But that's the kind of trade I'll be looking at. That'd be my first target, which, to be quite honest, would be minuscule. And you'll be looking for targets round about here somewhere, most likely. 129, or even, if you're lucky enough, 126. Now, it does depend on the CAD, it does depend on the dollar. But let's look at the monthly chart. Here is the monthly chart here. I'm just going to zoom out for you to show you something. This is, since 1972, this is the whole chart. One high, two high, higher higher, same level, 140. Now got lower highs forming in the lower time frames here. It has respected and rejected the 140 on the lower high there. So all we got to do now to confirm the breakout of this downward sloping trend line, which would be at 1.3 and the monthly 50 MA at 1.28, you do realise when we break down this far, we would most likely be heading back down to around here somewhere. Probably 1.116 or something. Depends what the dollar does and how strong the CAD is. Also notice as well on the weekly charts of dollar CAD. I know I'm going into this like horrible with you guys, but some people need to learn the hard way. Just zoom out here a little bit. So RSI's at 100, chart goes down. RSI was near at 100, chart goes down. RSI at 100, chart goes down. RSI double top pattern at 100 goes down. RSI at 100 goes down. RSI at 100 does the double top pattern, then breaks down. Do we get the idea here, guys, that when RSI gets to 100, normally it goes down, and RSI is where? Oh yeah, 100. So this confirms the bear trend. Please understand that. So what I'm looking for really is looking for a pullback to value. I'm looking to sell. 129 is really the next key level on the weekly chart. If you break 129, you're ideally most likely going to go down to 126. But 129 would be my first initial trade. If you could come down 126, come back up and retest that way, and that'd be a confirmed low. Everything else, but yeah, 129 is the first ideal trade area really. So that would put this this trade idea round about a 6.5 to 1 again. You may find that you get as tight a stop of say. I know some people like tight stops, but some of that seems stupid, but yeah, that's what I'm looking for in this trade. Hopefully I've made myself clear there that this isn't a buy, this is actually a sell, or it's a fake out and the dollar's going to somehow miraculously get powered up. Now here I actually, as you know, I've showed my account, I sold around this day here. The reason why I sold here wasn't for this chart, it was actually the S&P 500. So S&P 500 showed a double bottom pattern there. I wasn't happy with it. I thought I want to get out. That's it, done. I got out. If you notice now, we're at another key level again here. So I'm just looking for now, hopefully some form of bearish pattern to form on the lower time frame. I add in again, could be an inside bar there. So I'm just sitting on my hands at the moment. If I lose the upper half of the trade, I'm still up by 1% overall anyway. So I couldn't give a damn either way. I'm just in this trade now by the skin of my teeth, so I will just leave it and see what happens. Dollar Swiss, there's my circle. I want the trade to go back to. I want dollar power up this week just to get up to there. That's what I would like to see, but whether this happens or not, I don't know, because you know it does really depend on how weak the Swiss can be. But At the moment, the Swiss isn't turning weak at the moment, so we'll just see what happens there. If you do get a pullback to there, that would be a good trade. Dollar yen, we're just chopped around the middle of nowhere. There's nothing to really say. I'm not really bullish or bearish at the moment. This trade is much better pairs to trade. And gold, when we did say about this gold pair, because I was short on so many different dollar pairs, I didn't really want to take this trade. We have broken out to the upside. We did reach our target, so if you did take the trade, well done, you got some money. However, I wonder how many people did actually take this trade, so just comment below and tell me if you actually did take some of the trades we've offered here. We're getting things pretty much perfect again as per usual, and that really is it. So gold at the moment is at the 1350 level. Wouldn't want to buy it, wouldn't want to sell it. My position's been taken. I'm happy, I'll be out. So that's it really, guys. Any questions, give us a shout. Be careful trading. Be careful of the dollar. Just wait for the confirmations for anything happens. I do feel right now, though, just so you do get an idea, my concern at this key level here is, although it looks like a buy, the fact we've had such bearish pressures come through from the dollar itself just gives me this sentiment that it's a rejection here, then we broke down. That's what concerns me a bit. And let's just go to the lower time frames one more time very quickly on the DXY, just on the US dollar. There is no, on the 1 hour chart, there's just lower highs, lower lows. There is no actual bullishness there, and the DXY as well is pretty much the same. I know at a key level of 96.5 and it stopped perfectly there as well as in the past, but we are making low highs, low lows, so just be careful there, guys. Okay, any questions, give us a shout. Like, subscribe and everything else. If you could share this with your friends so they actually know not to start doing crazy things, be really appreciative. Take care, guys. Bye bye.